In baseball, Michael Lorenzen, pitcher for the Phillies, threw a no-hitter last Wednesday. I think that's the third one of the season.
And that was with his first start with the Phillies, right?
Second start with the Phillies.
Second start.
In his 2 starts with the Phillies, 17 innings and 2 runs allowed. That's a nice pickup right there for Philadelphia.
And the cherry on top, he threw a no-hitter in some Vans cleats. Did you see that?
Yeah, he does have some. He got some good swag.
Dude.
Yeah.
Me being a Vans guy, I'm wearing them right now.
Yeah.
I love that.
I think he's actually pitching again tonight or tomorrow.
Be on the lookout. Another no-hitter coming.
Yeah, right.
How are the A's doing with no-hitters, by the way?
Oof.
No? Hey, plenty of games left.
Yeah, I know they're already losing 1-0 today. Also, the Sharks have finally done it. They traded Erik Karlsson. He's going to the Pittsburgh Penguins.
And you're happy about this?
Yeah, I mean, I just think it was time. You know, the Karlsson experiment did not work out. He played 4 seasons with the Sharks and they made the playoffs in one of those seasons. Yeah, it started. You know, the first season he was there, they had a nice deep run and went to the Western Conference Finals that year.
Was he there for the year when they beat the Golden Knights?
Yes.
When they came back.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
We won't get into it, but yeah.
Yeah. He was there for that year, and then shit just went downhill from there. Pretty much when he was there. I mean, it wasn't all his fault.
No.
I wouldn't put that on one singular player.
No.
The franchise as a whole just kind of went downhill. I think the fact that they got something for him was great. Got a first-round pick. They're going to shed his salary going forward. So it's rebuild time for the Sharks.
Rebuild.
No question about it.
It's every fan's nightmare to hear that, but
sometimes you got to accept it.
To get to the top, you got to start from the bottom.
Yep. I mean, I know the Sharks haven't won anything, but in a way, the fans have been spoiled from the perspective of they've made the playoffs so many years in their history. Mm. I mean, I before this last run of few years not making it, I think they'd made it in like 85% of the seasons they've been around. So how could you ask for much more?
You want the Stanley Cup.
It's the hardest one to win.
But you'll take playoffs. I would take perennial playoff team every year, of course.
Especially in a league like the NHL where, once you get in, it's just
you never know.
Yeah,
you never know.
Some teams just get hot.
Yeah,
the best team does not always win. It's a little bit like baseball. The best team does not always win.
Yeah, look at the Bruins and the fucking Tampa Bay Lightning from a couple years ago.
Yep.
So just you got to get in.
You got to get in.
Got to get in.
Yep.
Some NASCAR standings.
Yeah, we haven't updated this in a while.
Look at Alex. Talking about coming up from the bottom.
Right.
She is in first place with 56 points. Devin's in second with 54. I'm in third with 45. Dylan not far behind in fourth with 42. Yeah, Ashley.
Also coming out of nowhere.
Yeah. Ashley in fifth with 40. Danny in sixth with 35. You in seventh with 28. How you feeling? Sorry, Garrett. Sorry about it. I love number 21, but for you, it's probably not great right now.
Yeah. I will say, though, this might be the most competitive season we've had.
Probably. Yeah, it has to be.
I mean, we got, I would say, six of this group, the top 6 are in it.
Yeah.
Danny's, kind of fringe.
I saw both my guys had top 10 yesterday, so I was cool. I was like, hey, top 10s?
Yeah.
All right, I'm cool.
Not a lot of points scored this week. Michael McDowell won the race, and no one has him. So, but Ashley had Chris Buescher win back-to-back races before this past week.
Okay,
that was her pickup at the trade deadline.
You must have gave her some insider information on that.
I mean, I kind of told her this is probably the best guy to go with because she had the first choice. She didn't fight me on it, so she's looking good because of that. And then Martin Truex, he won at Sonoma when we were there. Yeah. He's stayed hot since then. That's propelled Alex to the top. It's been it's going to be interesting come playoff time. Got 2 more races before the playoffs.
Why does it feel like you and Garrett are just constantly at the bottom?
Well, we don't have good guys right now. I mean, Kevin Harvick's going to retire after this year, so we're going to be starting fresh next season. Yeah. Although I will say, since I picked up Brad, he's been scoring some points for me.
There you go.
Yeah, not significant. We haven't gotten a win yet, but.
Garrett has 12 guys on his team and still has 21 points. Poor guy.
Poor guy.
Poor guy.
But yeah, NASCAR, we got Watkins Glen next week and then Daytona for the final race of the regular season the week after that, which is always a crapshoot. Anything can happen.
Yep.
So it should be fun.
But then it goes in the playoffs.
Then goes the playoffs.
Okay, yes.
Yep.
And how many races are in the playoffs?
10.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of points.
Well, still plenty of races.
Yeah, a lot of points still left on the table.
Cool.
Over to some football. Well, college, but this is football. Pac-12. The Pac-12 is... It's done.
You okay?
It's out of
here.
here.
You doing okay?
It's... I don't even really care that much about college football anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I like it. I watch it, but I don't have the...
You're like the anti-Nick.
Yeah, I don't have the same emotional connection to it anymore. I mean, Stanford is irrelevant. The Pac-12 has been irrelevant for years. So it's tough. I mean, we got Oregon and Washington leaving for the Big Ten. They're following UCLA and USC. And then we got Colorado, Utah, Arizona, and Arizona State going to the Big 12. So that's going to leave Stanford, Cal, Oregon State, and Washington State hung out to dry, which is tough scene, you know. But
that's a bad group of teams right there.
Right. It's a terrible time for Stanford. Like from a Stanford fan's perspective, it's a terrible time for them to be, you know, on the downside of their program because they had a run with Harbaugh and David Shaw kind of followed it up.
Yeah, absolutely.
But they're pretty much irrelevant. I mean, they have the connection with Notre Dame because they have a contract with them on the schedule every year, so that's a benefit to some degree. But other than that, they don't really have much going for them. So it's gonna be tough sledding for them.
I don't know the answer. I've heard a lot of people talk about it, but this does stink for the Pac-12.
Yeah,
it does.
It's throwing away some nostalgia for a lot of people. I mean, I know college football is not that big on this side of the country, but there's still a fair amount of people that care about it.
I'm interested to see what college football is going to be in like 5 years. Like, what are they ultimately going to do?
I think this is kind of leading to them
doing like 2 super conferences.
Well, no, I think it's more like the college football is going to split off from the NCAA and just have their own league.
Oh, wow.
You know, I think that's very possible that happens. We'll see what those logistics like. It may be 10, 15, 20 years down the line, but I think this is just kind of the beginning of it.
Wow. It's tough.
Yeah.
The Pac-4 doesn't have the same ring to it.
I mean, to me, there's just no chance that, because this will be the last season of the Pac-12 as it stands, there's no way they put it back together. No. I've heard that they have like a ton of debt, so if any other conference wanted to merge with them, they would assume that debt. So it's like, why would you want to partner with that?
It's tough.
No doubt.
It's tough being used to something for so long, living in this area.
Yeah, I mean, the Pac-12 is a Power 5 conference as of right now. So,
Stanford was good for a long time. Oregon was great for a while.
Oregon has become a football power.
Yeah.
They haven't won any national championships.
Washington went to the
Washington's been
college
relevant.
Football playoff not too long ago.
USC, of course, a national power.
Yeah.
UCLA is, they're in a big market. So yeah, it's definitely a bummer. I'm just going to miss the regional rivalries as much as anything. I know Stanford's always going to play Cal. There's no doubt about that, but they're probably not going to play USC and UCLA anymore, or at least not as much. And Oregon was a fun little rivalry for a while. So yeah, definitely a bummer.
I just feel bad for these teams like Oregon and Washington and Colorado, all the teams that are moving when it comes to travel. Yeah,
that's definitely going to be a big... Well, I will say, though, like, Colorado used to be in the Big 12, so that won't be a big change for them. Utah is right next to Colorado. Yeah. Arizona and Arizona State are that direction, so it won't be... It'll just be different travel. It won't be terrible. Like, Stanford and Cal are fucked, though, because who are they going to team up with for games? They're going to have to, like, hope that,
Could they go Ivy?
But would it make sense? Like, the Ivy League is... garbage.
Well, was it worse than being in the Pac-4?
Well, I think you just probably go independent until someone tries to bring you on, But independent kind of sucks because...
And then that would be a hard travel because all those Ivy League teams are on the East Coast.
Exactly. So it's just like that because I don't know if you saw the ACC conversation about bringing in Cal and Stanford. It's like that wouldn't make any sense, Especially for the other sports too. Like you're going to send students across country probably for like a couple weeks at a time so they can play multiple teams at once, get that out of the way. Like, does that make any sense at all?
No, and how they're going to get their studying done.
Yeah, exactly.
If they actually do that.
Well, yeah.
Well, you know what I mean? In theory.
Yeah, exactly. No, I'm with you.
That's... yeah.
Logistically, that doesn't make any sense.
That probably be a good do what Notre Dame does, just go independent.
Yeah.
And just kind of figure it out.
Make your own
there.
schedule. I mean,
but I do hope if they both happen to go independent that they still play each other every year.
I
think
gotta
they kind of have to. Right?
They have to.
If not, there'd be a lot of boosters who would not like that. Sure.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean? They'd be like probably to the point where they're saying, like, I'm done.
Right.
Like, we had to play Cal
Yeah.
or we had to play Stanford every year.
Yeah, of course.
It's just how it is.
Right. I mean, you gotta fight for the axe, right?
The big game's been going around for 120 years, hasn't it? Give or take.
Something like that, yeah. Just about. Okay, we're gonna move on to the lime lemongrass. Not lime lemon, lemongrass.
Lemongrass.
I'm gonna not pour to you twice as much
Yeah.
as I pour myself this time.
I noticed that.
That was totally accidental. You want a little more?
You got it.
Okay.
It smells like Sprite.
I could imagine
Smell
that.
it. Smells just like Sprite.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's good.
That's the best lime-flavored seltzer I've ever had.
That's the best drink that we've had today.
Thus far, yeah. That is
good.
I hate
What's the sugar content on this?
the lemon and the lime seltzers of all the other brands. Garbage. This is fire.
Doesn't tell you.
It's probably. I don't think it's high.
Wow, that is. Go try Press and it's lime lemongrass.
This
is lime lemongrass.
This is banging. Yeah.
That's good. Wow.
That's surprising they didn't put the sugar on. I can't imagine it's much though. I mean, most seltzers are pretty low.
Yeah, that's like a Sprite. I almost even hate to say it because I know it has a bad rep, but kind of Sierra Mist-esque.
That's nice.
That's good.
I could drink those.
Yeah, I could. Yeah.
NFL preseason. It's here. It's
here.
underway.
We are here.
Who did the Cowboys play this weekend?
Jags.
How did that go?
They lost.
And
I don't care.
Exactly. Niners got shelled by the Raiders.
Yeah.
I didn't watch a single second of that game.
And let me tell you, people on Twitter were just giving the Niners everything.
Well,
They were saying Trey Lance looked terrible. Your third-round rookie kicker looked bad because he missed 2 kicks.
I'm glad that people care about nothing. The people that get worked up about preseason are just the worst.
You know, I don't care about Niner losses in August. I care about them in January.
Exactly.
Okay.
Insane.
So I don't put any stock into preseason. How can you? I only care about the people that you draft and you see how they do, like Deuce Vaughn for the Cowboys.
Yeah, I mean that's an exception.
He looked pretty good. He was shifty. He looked nice.
And maybe I should be putting a little more stock in like what Trey Lance did, but at the same time, it's like whatever. It's fucking preseason. They're running vanilla offense most likely.
I just saw on Twitter not too long ago Greg Papa talking today about Sam Darnold, and he's kind of getting like on the Colin Cowherd level of loving Sam Darnold, and he was saying how he might actually give Brock Purdy a run for his money as a starting job.
Interesting.
Which I gotta say, for you being a Niner fan, you probably don't want Sam Darnold to run the offense. Obviously, unless he plays really well.
I want whoever is going to produce. Whoever Kyle thinks is going to produce, I'll put my faith in him until he doesn't.
Exactly. And yeah, I'm not on the Brock Purdy train. We'll talk about it a different day. I don't know. There's a reason why he's picked last, literally last in the draft.
Well, yeah, he's not like an uber talented player, but that's not. I think a lot of guys have proven that that's not the only thing that matters at the quarterback position, right?
I just feel like there has to be a decline a little bit from last year.
To me, I agree with you. Sophomore slump could be in the
because he's not going to win every game, and then except for he's not going to lose or win every game that he's played in, like he did last year,
right?
Except for every game that he started and finished.
Right.
It's not going to happen. It's just not.
Yeah.
It's not going to be like that video I sent you and Garrett of the guys being like, "Oh, Niners win, dub. They're going like 16-1. It's like okay, let's pump the brakes.
The funny thing is, I actually didn't even watch it. I just saw it and I was like, I don't know what this is going to be about.
It was just reeling off the dubs.
Yeah.
And I'm like, come on, let's pump the brakes a little bit. It's the game 1 of preseason,
right?
You know, and I know we're all excited. It's great. It's fantastic. Football's back, and we'll be talking about football here soon.
Yeah.
Which is, I've always said, the best episode of the year.
Yeah.
I love it. It's great.
It is a good time.
Niners play the Steelers.
Opening day.
That's going to be...
It's kind of a fun little opening trip going across country.
That's not going to be a gimme.
No, Steelers are tough, always.
Kenny Pickett, we'll see how.
Mike Tomlin?
Kenny Trill, we'll see how he does.
Kenny Trill. No, I think the Steelers could be they're like a tweener team. I mean, Mike Tomlin's never had a losing season.
No.
So you can never count them out.
And it's in Pittsburgh.
Yep.
10 o'clock game. Morning game.
Yeah. Hopefully they'll get over there a few days early and get acclimated.
I'm sure they will.
Especially since it's first game of the year.
I'm sure they will.
Excited about the Cowboys? Or same year or different year, same shit?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the NFC's weak, and the Cowboys they do have a shot to make it to at least the championship game. I don't think that's crazy. I'm not gonna say win the NFC, but I think they can. I think like the ceiling could be making it to the NFC championship game.
I think that's a realistic
which would be the best thing they've done in the past 25 years.
Yeah, and exactly why I'm saying this is that's a realistic hope.
Yeah. I'm not going to be your average Cowboy fan and be like, oh, this is our year. Like, I know it's not. It could. I mean,
you can only do that for so long.
Exactly. So that's what I think.
Yeah.
We can get more into the Cowboys.